Donald Trump Jr., who was in court again this morning. There he is. You hear the protesters chanting, crime family, and that is basically what these people are, a crime family, a very dumb crime family, the Gambozos, if you will, and I mean, that son of a bitch, you know, is really unbelievable.
Mr. Son of a bitch.
I mean,
Mr. Son of a bitch.
His royal... Yes, no, I never imagined that we'd ever have a president like this, and I hope we don't ever have another president like this again.
Donald Trump Jr. appears once again outside the courthouse, greeted not by supporters but by chants of crime family. The label, cutting and direct, captures the public's perception of the Trump dynasty as an enterprise built on manipulation rather than merit. Kimmel's opening commentary turns this spectacle into absurdist theater, comparing the Trumps to a bumbling mob family whose crimes are matched only by their incompetence. His tone is both weary and astonished, the disbelief of an American still struggling to comprehend that such a family once occupied the highest office in the land.
Trump by 16 points. I'm at +3, he's at -13. It's nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've never paid off a star or sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren, I feel like my rating should be higher, maybe, than...
During a segment on polling data, Kimmel contrasts his own popularity with Trump's dwindling ratings, slyly noting that he's never paid off a star or sent goons into a park. The joke lands because it merges moral and numerical measurement, humor that underscores the public's exhaustion with political hypocrisy. It's not just a dig at Trump. It's satire aimed at the absurdity of fame measured by scandal rather than substance.
Defender in one Donald J. Jr.
Pete Buttigieg, you saw in the clip earlier, he's taking some personal time because, 19 days isn't enough time. Plus the time he spent chest feeding while we were in the midst of a supply chain crisis and 350 million Americans were depending on him to do his...
Kimmel revisits the notorious 2017 incident when Don Jr. publicly released his own incriminating emails about meeting a Russian lawyer. With perfect comedic timing, Kimmel calls it the dumbest form of transparency in political history. The audience erupts because the humor lies in the truth. Few political heirs have ever been so self-destructive in their attempts at self-defense. Kimmel's laughter reflects national disbelief at such political amateurism.
No one is more perturbed right now than Trump's most disappointing son.
And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Trump already beat Stormy Daniels in court? In all fairness, isn't she paying his legal bills or something like that? I don't know.
His hands move faster than his brain. They're like, what is it? It's like if Jim Henson had no puppets. How you doing over there? I'm doing real good. The important thing for DJ TJ isn't necessarily defending his father in the Trump family. What's most important is this.
The other thing that you should be watching is the insanity going on in the market right now. So I want to make sure that I take the time to tell you about another one of our great sponsors.
With characteristic sharpness, Kimmel labels Don Jr., Trump's most disappointing son. He juxtaposes Jr.'s constant attempts to mimic his father with his lack of original charisma, transforming political analysis into familial psychology. The humor cuts deeper than insult. It's a portrait of generational failure, where privilege has replaced wisdom and imitation has replaced leadership.
Trump is in the UK, or as he has to be reminded not to call it, the UK. Paddington Unbearable is in England for an official visit with the royal family. Wait till he finds out tea time has nothing to do with golf. He's going to be very upset. The royals are expected to greet the president and first lady tomorrow, but some clever Brits are already...
Amid the Brett Kavanaugh hearings, Don Jr. took to Twitter to lecture the public about credibility. Kimmel's rebuttal, comparing it to a fox tweeting about henhouse security, is a model of political satire. It exposes not only Don Jr.'s hypocrisy, but the wider culture of impunity that allows such figures to moralize without consequence. Each punchline doubles as an ethical argument.
Anyway, this was not good news for Team Trump. Yesterday, we learned that Donald Trump Jr., DJ TJ, was in Get that going, all right? Start saying it. Was in regular contact with WikiLeaks during his father's campaign, which might have something to do with why Donald Trump said he loved WikiLeaks more times during the campaign than he said he loved Melania. But DJ TJ received a number of direct messages from WikiLeaks via Twitter, and he responded to 3 of them. And my favorite part of the story is his first response to WikiLeaks started with, put it up on the screen, this is real, started with off the record. Now, this is WikiLeaks. The word leaks is right in the name. There's no off the record with them. So anyway, Junior Donald tried to minimize his relationship with WikiLeaks on his Twitter account, but they did have a relationship, although it's possible he thought he was in a conversation with Nene Leaks.
When Don Jr. appeared on The View to promote his book Triggered, the encounter devolved into chaos. Kimmel's recap was merciless. The only thing more awkward than this interview is Don Jr. realizing he's not actually the favorite child. This wasn't just a jab, it was comedic anthropology, examining how a man trained for applause collapses under unscripted scrutiny.
Don Jr., he's so embarrassing. He's on the stand, he's testifying in this $250 million fraud trial, and he has to compliment. He said his father is an artist with real estate. Yeah, he's an artist. He's Vincent Van Gogh to jail with real estate. Is what he is.
Kimmel dissected the 2019 revelation that Don Jr. privately messaged WikiLeaks. His delivery: there's no off the record with them. The word leaks is right in the name. Perfectly encapsulated Junior's obliviousness. Comedy, in this case, became a scalpel exposing the reckless entitlement that defines the Trump brand. His friends with benefits sketch with WikiLeaks drove the point home with absurdist charm.
Gym in a building somewhere, but no one did it at the scale of my father. He's saying that his father, the father of the hotel gym, is a guy who's never stepped inside one, okay? The amount of ass kissing in this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the our accountants did it defense.
I'm not supposed to rely on a big 5 accounting firm, like one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. I can pay them millions of dollars. I rely on them to do accounting, but I'm supposed to know more than them. By this logic, insurance companies are going to start suing patients for listening to their doctors. Right? You understand? Like, am I supposed to know more? Oh, Don Jr. doesn't know anything about it. I'm not an accountant. I'm a business guy.
I'm a business guy who had his elbows soldered together, and now...
In a faux interview with WikiLeaks, Kimmel performs a surreal exchange full of digital innuendo and mock espionage. The skit transforms political scandal into absurd theater, using humor to highlight how unserious the players involved truly are. Beneath the laughter, it underscores the absurdity of a presidential campaign entangled with internet trolls masquerading as patriots.
One very special friend, moments after we taped our show last night, the Mad Red Hatter wrote, "I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back." You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back.
When the Trump family's financial fraud trial began, Kimmel mockingly referred to Don Jr. and Eric as kids still wearing pull-ups. The line punctures their self-image as powerful businessmen, reimagining them as pampered dependents shielded by inherited privilege. It's comedy built on irony, heirs to millions claiming victimhood while facing accountability for the first time.
Would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? Who puts the network in jeopardy? You hear that? There's the threat again. This time straight from FCC Biscuit's mouth. He goes, he says, I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Only Donald Trump would try to prove he wasn't threatening ABC by threatening instead of WikiLeaks from the Real Housewives, but it's still... what's going on?
James Kimmel, we are everywhere. We are Legion. We are WikiLeaks.
Kimmel highlighted Don Jr.'s appearance at a UFC fight alongside his father, Tucker Carlson, and Kid Rock. Through playful irony, he described the scene as a MAGA celebrity convention. Don Jr.'s eagerness to fit in, posting selfies and matching shirts, becomes an unspoken metaphor for his entire public life. perpetual background character in someone else's show.
How did you get past our firewall?
We got your password.
How did you get our password?
It was 1234.
All right. Well, what do you want? What can I do for you?
We would like to make a statement regarding our relationship with Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, so you do admit to having a relationship with Donald Trump Jr.?
No, we don't have a relationship.
Well, you direct messaged him on Twitter, and he sent you back, I think, 4 red heart emojis and an eggplant.
Yeah, it's less of a relationship, more of a friends with benefits thing.
So it wasn't a relationship, it was a friendship?
We're not putting labels on things. We're keeping it loose. We're open to colluding with other people.
All right. All right, well, thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it.
If you're looking to collude, Jimmy, let us know. We'd love to kick it.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. If I do kick it,
Reading Trump's furious posts demanding that the judge leave my children alone, Kimmel deadpanned. It's easy. I've done it their whole lives. The audience roared, but the laughter carried a sting. Beneath the humor is a critique of inherited irresponsibility. A family that shields its adults with the language of childhood to escape consequences.
Complaining the Trumps do about this trial playing out in the media, you could barely even turn the channel without seeing their lawyer doing an interview with somebody.
What have they been asking the kids, and tell me how they fit into all of this?
They don't fit into all of this. What have they been asking the kids? It's very simple. They'll ask the kids, did you give a value to somebody? Did you do something? And everybody said resoundingly no. And these kids did nothing wrong. They should not be in this case. Ivanka's already out of the case. The boys should not be in the case.
That's right. They're just boys. They're kids. Eric has a book report due this weekend. They're both still wearing pull-ups. They're on trial? I mean, come on. Don and Don Jr. had some father and son event this weekend. They went to the UFC fight at Madison Square Garden. There they are, and Trump's being cheered on with, he's got Dana White there, he's got Tucker Carlson in the back, he's got Kid Rock in tow, and of course, oh yeah, there we go, little fist bump. Don Jr. was thrilled to be a part of the group. He posted this picture of him and Tuck cackling in their blue checker print shirts.
Kimmel joked that Donald Trump Jr. is the only guy in America who claims himself as a dependent. It's classic political irony, a play on the language of taxation and dependency that doubles as social commentary. The humor works because it exposes the hollowness of self-reliance rhetoric from a man whose entire platform is built on inherited fame.
President Trump that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Paul Cornum
Well,
Program.
the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead.
Kimmel mocked Trump Jr., bragging about a lavish ballroom, saying he's so excited for these balls he can taste them. The absurdity of the image, wrapped in gleeful wordplay, ridicules the Trumpian obsession with size and spectacle. The laughter it provokes isn't just about vulgarity. It's about excess masquerading as accomplishment.
I hate to, I don't like to upset him, but I think he might be upset because the White House put out a statement this afternoon. This is a real statement. Over 77 million Americans showed up on Election Day to cast their ballots for President Donald J. Trump, who is delivering on his overwhelming mandate to put America first. Jimmy Kimmel prays every night to garner a fraction of that support to keep his show on air after ratings dropped 64% last week. Sad. I like sad with an exclamation point. It would make a nice T-shirt with Trump's face on it, wouldn't it? You know what else is sad? That the President of the United States has a lower approval rating than Diddy and diarrhea. That's what's sad.
Kimmel's ongoing takedown culminates in a reminder that the Trumps are a unified front, whether running fake ventures or burying family members on golf courses. His humor transcends personal insult. It's a mirror held to power. Through consistent satire, Kimmel transforms political outrage into cathartic laughter, comedy as civic resistance.